Well, hello, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So last time we met was 2 weeks ago, and at that session we decided instead of meeting every week like we have been, we would take 2 weeks because you were doing really well last time we met. So since it's been a while, why don't you tell me about what the last 2 weeks have been like for you?
Well, I graduated last weekend, so that was really a huge weight off, I guess. So I'm pretty excited about that, and now that that part's done, I feel a lot less stressed out. But the week before that was finals week, and I actually did really well. The meditating things we went through and like the relaxing times and all that stuff helped a lot. It was a lot easier for me to fall asleep at night because I was doing some techniques for that, and that was very, very helpful. And then it helped me to be like awake in the morning and like ready to tackle the day. And I studied a lot, and it was working a lot better. So I'm very relieved now that it's over.
You seem like really positive and excited about how things went.
Yeah.
So, based on the work that we've done, it seems like you're pretty satisfied with all of the techniques that we've discussed. Yeah?
Yeah.
So since last time we spoke, we discussed this being our last session. Do you feel that that's appropriate?
Yeah, I think I'm ready to be done with therapy. I think I can handle it from here. So.
Okay. Do you want to reflect back on our time together at all? Talk about that?
Sure.
Okay. So, since the first session we met, how do you feel? Like, how much progress do you think you've made since then?
Well, I definitely know I made a lot of progress. I remember coming in here the first day and being really scared and I guess worried about what was going to happen and if all this stress was going to ever go away. And I feel like all the things we talked about after that really, really helped. And now I feel like I'll be able to handle my stress a lot better, and I have techniques that will make me more calm and relaxed so that I can actually sleep when I know something stressful is coming. And now that I have like better study techniques and better learning techniques, I feel like in the future it'll be a lot easier for me and a lot less stressful for me to study and work on things that I need to be doing, especially like when it comes to getting a job and being able to handle all the stress of new work and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like I made a lot of progress. So I feel a lot better about everything. So
I'm glad you feel like you've come a long way since our first session. That's
Yeah.
good to hear.
Yeah.
Do you have any feedback for me at all about things that you really thought were positive aspects to what we talked about in here?
I guess I know the first day I didn't really know you that well, so I was really concerned about being judged and not knowing how you were going to react to some of the things I would say or about the confidentiality stuff. But I guess like my time here has been really pleasant because of you. You've been really helpful for me, and your techniques and your understanding and everything. It was really helpful, and it made it a lot easier for me to open up to you and actually really get the help that I needed to make it through all of this. So I guess that was a really positive thing for me, was having somebody who was not judgmental and very open to hearing everything I had to say and actually paying attention and understanding and knowing that I was having a hard time and you were really gracious about it. So that made it a lot easier to actually want to get help. And the more I would come to therapy sessions, the more I was looking forward to it because I was getting better and better every time. So it was really helpful for me.
I'm glad you feel like it, was a nice addition to, college experience, and it made it better
Yeah.
for you to get through the last bit. Maybe this is just how I'm viewing things, but it seems like you're really in a really good place right now.
Yeah, I feel a lot more positive now. I don't freak out as much when I find out that something stressful is coming, so I don't get as much anxiety about that kind of stuff anymore. So it's been really helpful.
It's good to hear. Do you have any positive things that are going on? I know last time we spoke, you were applying to some jobs. Did you want to talk about those at all? Hear anything back?
Yeah, I actually had an interview at CVIC, the Violence Intervention Center in town here, and I got the job. I'm actually working with kids. I think the title is like a kids specialist or something like that. And basically what it is you sit in with kids in their first session and like explain to them and their parents what's going to happen and how sessions are going to work, kind of like how you and I met the first day when you were telling me about all the confidentiality and protocol and stuff like that. So I actually get to sit in with families and inform them about what's going to happen. And I feel like since I've been here and spoken to you about everything, I feel like I can be a lot more effective in what I'm doing with my job, because now I know how to approach the situation and make the people comfortable, the people I'm working with comfortable, because he made me so comfortable when I came in for the first time. So it's been helpful in getting jobs too, and my interview went really well, even though I was extremely stressed out about it. But I did some techniques before she came and got me to call me in for the interview, so it really helped. So
I'm glad you feel like this has contributed to part of your learning experience, as well as making it easier to handle stress. It's very positive to hear. So since you feel like this is our last session, you think you're comfortable with ending our meetings from here?
I think so.
Okay.
I seem to be doing a lot better than before, so I think I will be okay in the future. Is it possible for me to call and start sessions again if something goes wrong and I need to get more help?
Of course. Like I mentioned in our first meeting, if we ever see each other in public, I won't initiate it. I'll wait for you to approach me. But you have the number for our office, don't you?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. It is listed on the UND Counseling Center website as well.
Okay.
And feel free, if you ever are having difficulties arise with stress or anything else, to give our office a call and set up a meeting.
Okay.
So you seem to be doing really well from what you've told me, but if you ever need to come back, the door is open.
Okay.
And our services are here. So.
Okay.
So do you have any final questions you want to talk about?
Just out of curiosity, just because of the relationship you and I have developed since I've been here, like, is it possible for us to, like, I don't know how this works, but to be, like, friends on Facebook, or, like, is there a time I can contact you and we can go out for dinner or anything like that?
Like I said, I want the door to be open for you if you need our services again. And I really enjoyed meeting with you in a professional setting, and so I tend to keep personal and professional separate. So I don't friend clients on Facebook, and I don't think that we should have sessions outside of the office, just so that if you do need our services again in the future, you can feel comfortable coming back and discussing these issues again instead of moving into a more personal relationship.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All
I
right.
was just curious about that.
Oh, yeah, no problem. So we have about 5 minutes left. Is there anything else you want to discuss, or?
I don't think so. I guess I want to say thank you for everything and for helping me through it. I don't know how else I would have done it, so I really appreciate you taking the time to do this for me, and being so understanding and open and empathetic and everything has been really nice, so I really appreciate that.
Well, everything that you've accomplished is because of what you've been able to do on your own. I just helped you see things from a different perspective, but everything you accomplished was you. So I'm glad that you feel that this service was helpful for you. And it's been lovely meeting with you, so I'm glad that we can end on a good note and feel like you're taking away a positive experience and knowing that you can come back if you ever need our services.
Okay.
Right. This to be our last session, or
well, that's great. It's always a like.
You should have made another fruit strip.
Projecting your voice.
You even gotta had your hand.
and evaluate how you're feeling, and maybe make this our last session together. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like
You did it. How do you feel about that?